Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tuesday Night Live show for September 20th, 2022. I'm Santa Bob McMasters. Thank you for joining us tonight. Stick around and learn all about job placement and Cherry Hill programs. This is Tuesday Night Live. I want to thank everyone for either watching us live or via a replay. Please give a warm welcome to my co-host, sitting to my right, the rambling man, StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com very own Santa Spangle.
Hello, everybody. So good to be here with you all. Man, I am excited. We got some fun people tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. And, we haven't had this many people on, I guess, since last season. So first time this year to have four folks in the studio with us. Also, everyone, please say hi to the third part of our team, show producer, my daughter, Angela Mack.
Hello, Angela.
Hey.
All right, let's get this party started, man. This week, Tuesday Night Live show is our 38th episode of season 2. And two of our guests tonight have appeared on the Tuesday Night Live show many times in the past 2 seasons. They're back tonight with a new group of recruiters for everyone to meet and to get to know more about Cherry Hill programs. This is going to be another great opportunity to pick the brains of our guest tonight, who is waiting in the green room. So stick around. But first, the Tuesday Night Live show can be found on YouTube or Facebook at the Tuesday Night Live show. And for your convenience, all of our shows are recorded for later viewing. Please visit us, drop us a comment, like, share, and subscribe if you visit the YouTube. We do appreciate you very much. We couldn't do this without you. The first half of tonight's Tuesday Night Live show is brought to you by Derek Dugan's Sleigh Driver Apparel Company.
All right. Are we ready for some trivia?
We're ready.
All right. What month, day, and year did the first Christmas Rankin Bass claymation movie premiere on NBC?
Now, guys, pay attention to this because this is a trick question. I'll give you that much up front. You've got to pay attention to the way the sentence is written to come up with the correct answer.
Are you trying to say I would trick them?
Hey, anything's possible.
What month, day, and year did the first Christmas Rankin Bass claymation movie premiere on NBC, guys? Get your fingers going. We got to get them internets going.
That's right. That's exactly right. So good luck to everyone. Go ahead and do your research. Start throwing your answers in to the comment box, if you will. Of course, we've got 4 trivia questions tonight. Cherry Hill brought a couple of them, as they always do. So this is the first of 4. We'll reveal the answers to all 4 and the winners towards the end of the show, so stick around for that. All right, back over to you, Angela.
The first half of tonight's Tuesday Night Live show is brought to you by Derek Dugan's Sleigh Driver Apparel Company. You can find Derek's store on Etsy.com/shop/sleighDriverApparel or contact Derek Dugan for all your custom apparel needs. Now back to our show with Bob Spangle and Angela. This is Tuesday Night Live.
All right, guys, you are in for a treat tonight. because tonight's panel of guests comes straight to us from the Cherry Hill Programs recruiting office, where they work the magic in signing up Santas to fill chairs at top malls across America. Please welcome tonight's featured guests, Ruby Wright, Becky Gilstrap, Crystal Rogers, and Andrea Spice. Let's add a little spice to everybody.
That's true. So it's going to take a moment to get everyone here. I'm going to bring Ruby and Becky in first. Say hello.
Hi,
And-
guys.
Welcome, ladies.
And real quick, like, we're going to go ahead and bring Crystal and Andrea in. Very good. Hello, ladies. How are you guys doing tonight?
Here's a story about a feller. Oh, wait, that's a different show.
Exactly. All right, so welcome, guys. Great to have you all joining us. Becky and Ruby know we always like to get to know our guests on a personal basis. No, don't worry. We're not going to dig too deep. We will start with Andrea and Crystal. And Andrea, let's start with you. As a young child, what was your favorite toy or present that Santa had brought you and stuck under the tree?
When I was little, I got a pedal green tractor. It was from Sears, and it had a little motor in it that was all plastic that I had to take out and take it apart, just like my dad did on our real tractors.
That's pretty cool. Everybody loves tractors. As a child, that's one of the favorite toys. The old Tonka toys, I remember those. Everyone loved the Tonka toys. All right, so Crystal, what's your answer here, please?
So mine's kind of a nerdy answer. I remember I was 6 years old and we got the entire set of the World Book encyclopedias, and we thought we were rich because we had those amazing books.
Very good. Well, now I did not intend on asking Becky and Ruby because we've had them on the show and have asked them this question before. But hey, why not? Go ahead and throw them in. Ruby, tell us what your favorite toy from Santa was.
My favorite was a bike. One year, I have 8 brothers and sisters, and Santa brought us all bikes. So my favorite year, we would pretend we were out horse riding on these bikes because we lived in the city there. Didn't have any tractors where I was, Andy. So that would be my favorite gift. And I think I was about 8.
And what color was that?
Dark blue with the big twin handlebars that had Harley type handlebars.
Oh, that's cool.
Little frillies coming out of the handlebars.
Nope, no frillies for me, Spangle.
Well,
Not then.
All right, Becky, your turn.
The most exciting, and it's a little weird, but I was so excited. I remember as if it were yesterday, and I even remember the house we were in. I got a rotary dial telephone, one that plug into the wall, and it was blue. I was so excited.
Very cool. Did you try to call Santa on it?
Yeah, of course.
Hey, see, Santa goes way back, doesn't he?
That's right.
All right, over to you, Spangle.
all right. So, ladies, what types of hobbies have you had outside the Christmas community? How about we start with Andrea?
Oh boy. I do photography and
Hello.
crafts, lots of craftsy stuff. And mostly these days I am following baseball, Little League baseball. I spend a lot of weekends doing that.
How about Andrea?
That's who you just asked.
Or Crystal, I mean, sorry. Oh, wait, I wanted her to tell us more. Crystal.
So some things we do in my spare time is my husband and I, we sell freeze-dried candy, and then we make lots of jams and jellies and go do that. So that's fun.
That's cool.
Do you sell them at farmers markets and stuff, or?
Yeah, farmers markets and rodeos a lot. Rodeos are kind of our place to be. We have conversations about that a lot.
Very good. How about Ruby?
You're going to like my hobby, Spangles. I dress up for birthday parties and whatnot, not as a character, and do face painting and host birthday parties for little kids. I have 8 siblings. I'm up to 27 nieces and nephews, and I'm invited to all the parties. I've just started venturing into balloon making. So that's one thing I do. And then loving Christmas, I also love Halloween. So I build lots of fun creatures for my house. And at Christmas time, my house is the most lit house on the block. So decorating for holidays is a hobby of mine.
Very cool. Maybe you need to come work with me during the summer.
Hey, I'll need some training. I said it might be my retirement. I'm going to become a clown.
Okay, let's do it in Branson. All right, how about
Okay.
Becky?
In my non-Santa time, I'm a country and western dancer. We go to Western Swing events, and we dance anywhere from 6 to 8 miles a week. We dance, so we dance a lot. We like that old Bob Wills music.
Good. Very, very nice. All right, well, let's go on. Ladies, what is your favorite Christmas song that instantly makes you think about Christmas? We'll start with Crystal and then go to Andrea.
So I have two of them. Probably my all-time favorite is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," but "Carol and the Bells" has really been my most recent go-to to get me in that Christmas mood.
Mine is "Here Comes Santa Claus," of course.
Oh,
Fantastic. We love those answers. Hey, while we're doing it, Becky and Ruby, go ahead and throw yours in too.
Mine is Little Drummer Boy. During this season, I know we're all busy as all get up and stressed out, and you're moving, a mile a minute. I love to just turn that song on, and for some reason, something about it just fills me with Christmas spirit, gets me through that rough, hour or whatever. So
Yeah.
that's my most recent favorite.
And I like all of the Christmas songs, but working with Ruby as long as I have, she plays little Drummer Boy, June, July, March, it don't matter when. And so I've become very attached to that song as well.
Hey, that it might be a good stress reliever. Now you need to get your little drum and some sticks and sit there on the desk and beat every time you get frustrated. Just beat that drum.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, so
all right. Okay, well, Ruby and Becky, right now we have two of your coworkers in the hot box. This is your time to roast them. You have something you want to say to them?
Oh, I do. I have a question. So, on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst boss you could ever have, and 10 being the best boss you could ever have, keeping in mind I'm looking at your PTO request, where do I come in on that scale?
Ouch.
Yeah,
Cricket.
you're refusing
Oh.
to answer.
A 15 at least.
Oh,
I think she's going for vacation time.
and a big raise.
I don't know, Ruby, you and I go way back. So, this was my choice to come work with you. So, yeah, I'm going to say 15 or 20 at least because
well,
we're
we got-
buddies.
Oh, you are amazing.
Well, we know they're not Rudolph because I think there's brown noses here, not red noses.
Oh,
Don't let Becky answer that. That question wasn't for her. So,
I was going to say, I don't think I want to answer that question.
Funny stuff, guys. All right, so we skipped a question. Let's go back and pick that one up. Crystal, along the same lines as the question about the favorite Christmas song, this time, what is your favorite Christmas movie?
my favorite Christmas movie is probably The Christmas Story because we watched it for years.
That's one of those that just takes you back to your childhood. Andrea, how about your answer?
I like Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. That's just a great movie.
Yeah, kind of become a favorite for a lot of folks. Of course, they've got the new series coming out through Disney Plus that's supposed to be starting here pretty soon. So everyone will get back into that and start watching that again and pick up on some of the new storylines and stuff that they have for that. All right, so Becky and Ruby, here's one for you ladies. At what age did you find out that Santa doesn't really come down the chimney, but enters through the heart? Becky first.
I I don't believe you. No, I'm done.
Ruby?
Well, I was about 13, and I think I was the only kiddo in my class that was, in middle school that did still believe in Santa. But that's because my entire family, including my grandpa, were just big lovers of Christmas, and my grandpa was a Santa Claus. So I believed in Santa for a very long time, and I think the neatest part of finding out as you get older is that great saying that I hear a lot of Santas say, which is there's 3 stages in life. First, you believe in Santa. Second, you become Santa. And third, you look like Santa. I have become Santa for my kids, and that has been a huge joy in my life. I do not yet look like Santa. I'm trying to stay away from that, but the other 2 I got down.
Start taking bites and
And it sounds like you're having some mic problems.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
No, it's like it's broken up. Is everybody else hearing that?
yes. Yes, we are.
Is that
Test
any better?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't real bad. I mean, we could tell what you were saying, but it is choppy.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Any better now?
If I could say here during the show is what I would do, because here in a second we're going to go to the intermission, sign out and try coming back in.
Gotcha.
Okay, so before we go to intermission, though, let's go ahead and have Ruby do the first Cherry Hill Programs trivia question for tonight. I'm gonna let you read it, Ruby.
All right. So the question is, how many locations will Cherry Hill Programs be operating a Santa photo set at this upcoming Santa season? So this upcoming 22 season, not last season.
That's right.
I bet it's more than one.
One more time in case she wasn't able to make out what she was saying. How many locations does Cherry Hill Programs play Santas at this year? Go ahead and start throwing your answers in there. Again, we will reveal these towards the end of the show. This one may be one of those that you kind of have to guess at unless you really pay attention or follow Becky and Ruby more so from the times they've been on the show in the past. We've kind of had similar questions. So, all right. So at this point, let's take a short breather right here. Let everyone kind of readjust, get their thoughts back in place. It's time for the special product announcement. So stay with us. We'll be back on the other side of this. Stop the show. It's time for the Tuesday Night Live Showstopper Special for this week's StufferSanta.com Showstopper Special. We will go straight over to the head clown at large and in charge, Mr. Clown Spangle.
Stop the racket. Stop the noise. Hey, this week, we got to get you guys stocked up and ready for your season. They're red and green coins. There's 100 of them in each roll. They're $15 on our website. What I'm going to do, and you're going to have to put a note in there, if you go to the website and put on there the Tuesday Night Live show, if you order 5 rolls, I'm going to send you 10 rolls. But you have to go on the website, order them, and put a note in there, the Tuesday Night Live special. You buy 5 rolls, you're going to get 10 rolls.
Fantastic. Those come in 2 colors, red and green. And that special will be good through September 26th. That's next Monday. So, and it's a great giveaway, even if you're at the mall or you're, doing other events, home visits, any corporate events, you can always take those with you and pass those out. They're fantastic. Children love them. All right, let's go ahead and do the second part of this commercial here.
You are watching Tuesday Night Live with Bob Spangle and Angela. The second half of tonight's show is brought to you by StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com, where you can find everything you need for your Santa and Mrs. Claus professional business. Remember, if Spangle ain't got it, you just don't need it because it must not exist. So contact Spangle today for all your red suit accessories and more. And be sure and tell everyone where you got all that really cool stuff. Now back to our show with Bob, Angela, and, of course, more Spangle with trivia fun.
All right, we're back.
Hold on.
Hang on.
I pushed.
Now then, we're back.
Yay, we're back.
Yay.
Great. Hey, we got a trivia question, a clown trivia question this time. Imagine that. We're going to give you 5 rolls of these. That's $75 worth of these if you get the right answer.
All right.
Anyway,
Angela's going to put up your picture for you right now.
Here we go.
we want you to name that clown.
Name that clown.
I'm not getting the picture, but it might be just on my end. But-
I've got it. How about you guys? The rest of you got it?
We've got it. I've got it.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Name that clown. We don't want you to create a name for that clown. We want you to tell us who that clown is.
Who that person is?
Their name, not their clown name.
I'm going to put it up again.
She's going to put it up again. Take a good look at that and see if you can identify that clown. Got a couple of questions coming in. So far, I don't see the correct one.
It's not Bozo.
That's not me.
I think I see a correct answer in there. I'm not sure who it is. All I'm getting is Facebook user. So,
Okay.
724 there on the timestamp.
I got it.
Okie dokie. Looks like we got a winner. We'll announce that winner at the end of the show. Until then, everyone else has to stay in suspense.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
That's
With
correct.
carrots.
That is correct. Okay, so moving on to the second half of tonight's program. Let's jump ship and talk about the Cherry Hill program C22 season. And I'm just going to throw this out there and let you guys take off. What experience is needed to work for Cherry Hill programs?
So we are employing Santas of all different experience backgrounds. We do provide a training at Cherry Hill programs when you become Santa. So this is going to give you the 101 on mall work and what our expectations are at Cherry Hill for you to be on our photo sets. But we do we are welcoming Santas that may be brand new to this, guys who've been here a long time, like you, Bob. So really doesn't take much experience. It's going to take a Santa heart, a nice beard, and the want to work on a mall setting.
Very good. And I think most guys that are in this are in that category. While we're on this subject, since we have Andrea and Crystal with us tonight, if you will, and if the folks at home was to follow the Cherry Hill Facebook page, they would kind of see these things. But let's tell everyone, just in case they haven't, how Crystal and Andrea was promoted. I say promoted. I guess it's a promotion. It may not be, but brought into the recruiting office, recruiting manager's office, and what their position was with Cherry Hill prior to that.
Yes, I think best to let them speak about it. I know from where we sat, we were looking for two great people that could come on, had that Santa heart too, really have the touch when it comes to talking to Santa, caring about them, and making sure that they get one-on-one time with each of us. So I'll let them tell you what they did before, but just very happy to have them both on board. So Crystal, we'll let you go first.
Yeah, so I was actually a local manager for Cherry Hill when I first started out 10 years ago. And then the past 5 years, I've been a district manager over Arizona. So I overseen 16 malls and hired staff and worked with lots and lots of Santas because some of those locations have multiples at the malls. I mean, it was great. I love it. This year I'm a little bittersweet, but I've been in the recruiting department now six or 7 months, and I've had a great time. I love it. I'm excited to be able to help the Santas and get them in the right direction, and looking forward to hanging out here for a while.
What about you, Andy?
I started with Cherry Hill back in 2007. I was a local manager for a year or two, and then I got promoted to a district manager. I had sets in upstate New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine. I got around a little bit.
So I have a follow-up to the question that we asked for Crystal and Andrew. Andrew, you go first this time. What has been the toughest part about being in the recruiting office as far as working with Santas and trying to fill those chair positions?
I think for me, it's not working with the Santas. It's the fact that I am not as fluent in it as Ruby and Becky are, and I am a hopeless perfectionist. So that part upsets me because I can't always give the Santas the exact answer right away. But they have all been so very kind to me and patient with me when I tell them that I'm new, and I'll find out the answer and I'll get back to them.
That's great. And she's pretty tough on you if you hadn't signed your contract yet. I know from experience.
Becky made me do it.
But Bob, you said that this was a promotion for them. Well, Andrea's had to work with me the last couple of events, and she's probably thinking it's a punishment.
Yeah, that could be a curse. Well, once you get to know Spangle, you know where he's coming from. So,
oh, he's great.
Yeah. All right, Crystal, your turn.
I think that probably the biggest challenge is that we're kind of playing a big jigsaw puzzle, just trying to get everyone in the right spot that works for us and works for that, for Santa, and just trying to make everyone happy. That's and get them in their spots. We're running out of time.
Yeah, I could see where that can really be a challenge, and I know what Becky and Ruby's went through for a number of years, and it's not probably for everyone. You've got to have the right demeanor and that little drum on the desk, so when you get frustrated, you can hammer. But yeah, fantastic answers, ladies. Spangle?
All right. Well, Cherry Hill program now hires the Santas starting last year as seasonal employees instead of contract workers. Can you explain how the new system works and the changes associated with that?
Yes. So in the past, our Santas were independent contractors, which means they took care of their own taxes. That's probably the biggest part that has changed for Santa this upcoming season. Also, your contract typically included a total number of hours or total number of days, in season. And if your hours went over a little bit, it was still within your contract for that day's work. Now with Santa at Cherry Hill, all of our Santas are employees, which means you do fill out W-2s, which dictate what amount of tax you have come out of your pay per your particular situation. Also, with that, we're no longer needing Santa insurance. So that's going to be one thing that we don't require with Cherry Hill, because as an employee, you are covered with things like workman's comp, like any of our other employees. However, we love to make sure Santas are all aware, if you do outside event work, any private event work, you still want to have your general liability insurance. it definitely comes in handy when you're working off of our photo set, meaning you are covered as long as you're working with Cherry Hill on one of our photo sets or events, but it does not cover you, let's say, if you do an outside event on Christmas Eve or something like that. So like to mention to keep your Santa insurance if you're somebody who does backup and private events. But those are going to be probably the biggest changes. One other thing is when it comes to Santa's pay, Santas are paid for their break times and also paid for their dress time, which has been a perk for a lot of our guys, because that definitely, adds up after a 45-day season of coming in early to change and whatnot. So some changes, but definitely going in a great direction. Very well received by our Santas. And this year it's going to be going a lot smoother because it's not as brand new. So last year was our first kind of run with that employee status. Now we know exactly what to expect. So does Santa. So it's gone a little bit smoother this year.
And if I might, Spangle, let me address this also real quick. I was kind of on the fence last year, wondering how much different it was going to be, and was it really going to make a difference in coming in and getting that 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the afternoon and being paid for lunch. And I actually am happy that we've gone this direction. I like it better.
Great.
All right. But anyways, typically when does Cherry Hill program recruiting season start? And once a Santa has signed a new employment agreement, how soon is he expected to go to do a drug screen?
All right. So Becky, I'll let you handle the first part of that question if you want on how early we start recruiting, and I'll take the second part.
Yeah, we actually start recruiting, I'm going to say mid-February, 1st of March. Once that we get done with the season that we're in, we do a little bit of cleanup work, and we start right back from zero and work our way up. So it's pretty early, a lot earlier than it used to be in the industry.
So as far as how early we start doing drug testing, it actually really depends on the location you're going to, what our contract with that particular location is. Not all of our Santas will be participating in drug testing. Very much just depends on the location that you are going to be working at. If you are a Santa that ends up working at one of those locations, we're letting you know well in advance. But we also like to do it a little bit closer to start of season. So usually that starts going out early October.
So it kind of depends on if you're in or out of Colorado.
No, not actually. It does not.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Now, right here, Spangle, I know that you've got the next one here, but what we need to do right here, because I really didn't write it into the script, I was just going to throw this in anywhere that we needed to. But let's let Becky or Ruby or whoever wants to address, kind of tell the folks how they can get on to the website portal and how they can look up and see what jobs that you guys may have that are not filled. I know this year's been pretty successful with the extra help and all, getting everyone signed fairly early. But kind of go through that scenario with us, how that you can become a Cherry Hill employee as a Santa.
All right. So go to our website, which is going to be cherryhillprograms.com. There's going to be a place that says join our team. You are going to select Santa. And from there, you're able to look at our job postings. It's going to tell you what locations are up and on that board. You're able to apply straight from there. We do have many locations still available, many backup positions still available. So like you said, we've had some great help this year. Things are going great, but we can never, ever have enough Santas. So if you're somebody who's interested, go to cherryhillprograms.com. Once you've done that and you've applied, this goes directly to our recruiting team, and one of us ladies will give you a call back and talk through options with you, let you know what's available and in your particular area or what your travel distances might be, and get you set up.
Fantastic.
Very good. Well, guys, at this time, let's just check with our viewers and see if they have any questions or comments for them.
Let me pull them up here.
Okay, Angela's going to get some of those pulled up that's already came in. When does the mandatory training start?
So we're going to be getting the training out in mid-October, actually. So coming up on us pretty quick. So any Santas that are currently working with us, if you have any additional paperwork you need to complete, make sure you get in there and get that done. Once you've done that, you're going to receive information on getting set up for training. So happen in mid-October for us this year, Bob.
And kind of walk us through that step. I know that Cherry Hill Programs works through Talent Reef. We have of course, a password and a login. We get into there, and then there's assignments from there that we have to fulfill. Once we fulfill them, then they're checked off the list. Kind of go through that with us.
Okay, so we use an onboarding platform. We're actually in the midst of transitioning to a much better platform. So many of our Santas that are familiar with Talent Reef, and you're in that system this year, we may be getting more familiar with the new system later, but it works both ways in either system. You're going to get in there. If you have been spoken to a recruiter and you have an offer ready, it posts in that portal. This is where all of your onboarding forms are going to live. And this is important information, direct deposit, so we can get you set up for pay, your costume measurement, your W-2. So necessary employee forms are housed there. Santa logs in. He's able to go through those tasks. Once he completes that, we move him to a hired stage, and we do what's called a payroll test to make sure everybody's accounts are ready to go for season. So always very important to have that information in as early as you can to make sure that everything goes smoothly during season. And we do have a fantastic team, not just Crystal and Andy that are working with us on Santa team. We have several others that are onboarding gurus. So they are standing by at all times to assist Santa with anything that he might need. We're going to do a shout out to them, Jill, Monique, and Andrea. We've got 2 Andreas on our team, but these are the folks that are helping Santa with anything he needs to onboard. So if you're somebody who needs a little bit of help with that, don't hesitate to reach out to recruiting@cherryhillprograms.com.
And someone that's not with us tonight that works with you guys hand in hand, he's kind of the meat in the lady sandwich, is Lonnie Nitschke. Get that out right. And he's not with us tonight, but he is also an important part of your team.
He definitely is. And many of you probably met him at some of the Santa gatherings here recently. He is managing our Santa groups and partnerships, doing a great job of getting Cherry Hill out there to more events, getting to network with more Santas than ever this year, and getting our message out there for all of our Santas. So he's a very valuable member of our team too. And we're lucky to have him out on the road, so to speak, while we are moving Santas around here in office.
And you know, I would be happy to help you guys and volunteer some time if you need to do some payroll testing with me as well.
Okay, I'll let everyone know, Spangle.
Yeah. Just trying to do my part to help you guys.
Sorry. I was going to say Santa Tom up in Vancouver, Washington says that Lonnie is the superstar.
Oh, we will let him know you said that, Tom.
He's a beast.
Can we do some more questions real quick?
Yes, let's do some questions.
Okay. We got this one.
All right. Spangle, you want to cover this one?
Yeah, it says, if you are paying as an employee, what is the average hourly pay rate?
All right. So very much depends on where you're located. So the way that it works is every mall is different. Every mall has a different revenue, and our budgets are based on the revenue at that mall. So just depending on if a nice, great big mall is up the street from your house, is really just depends on what your pay rate's going to be. So it's not across the board the same for any Santa, but it's something that we do in the midst of our actual negotiations with Santa. So if you're interested in discussing that further, give us a call or apply at cherryhillprograms.com, and we'll get on with you one-on-one and talk through it.
And that's really the only way really to find out. You need to find out a location. And as she said, that depends on the location that you're at. So there's variables to that. Santa Tom says, can your background check on us be used outside of Cherry Hill?
Heck yeah, I'll answer that.
Okay, and that is a good question there, Santa Tom. When you do your background check with us, we go through a third party. When you go to put your information in to run that background check, there is a place that asks if you would like a copy of it. If you did not do that and we ran your background check, we can give you the name of the company that we use, and you can call them. And that's your choice if you want how and when you want to use that background check.
That was a great question.
Yeah, I think we all need to have that in our back pocket.
All right, Ray Bradshaw wants to know, I don't see anything in North Texas, Denton, Louisville area.
You know what? We do need to get a backup position posting for this area. So, Ray, go ahead and head to our website. We'll get in touch with you. If we don't have something full-time necessarily in that area, that doesn't mean that we don't have a backup position availability or need. So it's always great to get in on our roster, fill out your paperwork in advance so that in season, if we're calling on you to be a backup, you're all set paperwork wise. Your background's been ran and your pay method of payment has been set up. So go ahead and jump on our website, still apply. We'll see if we can find something for you.
And if it's as usual, there's always a Santa may get sick or need an extra day or two off, or, there's so many different scenarios. So again, that's another great question, Ray. What else we got, Angela?
The one question that they answered a minute ago for Santa Scott about this year, he said that that was not the answer. What is the average, I think is what he means.
He was just looking for an average pay. You kind of answered it, but I don't think that you can actually give an average because there's too many variables, correct?
Very, very true. Unfortunately not. But again, talk with us over the phone, apply there, like I said, or go to recruiting@cherryhillprograms.com and send us a message. We'll get on and look at what's in your area, what the average rate is. If you're a local Santa or a traveling Santa, part-time, full-time, like Bob said, a few variables there. So
I think it's somewhere though in the ballpark between 1 and 1,000. Am I correct?
I don't know about that, Spangle.
Well, between 1 and 1,000.
$21,000 and $1,000 an hour. Yeah.
Between 1 and 1,000.
I like that. Any other questions? Waiting for anyone to put anything in? Yes, can be very different. That's correct.
All right, well, guys, is there anything that we haven't covered or any final thoughts that y'all would like to share with our viewers tonight?
Yes. I think we are getting to join the Santa Bob live Halloween show, right, Bob, Becky, and I?
That's correct. They're going to be coming in as the two of you together, correct? Is two characters together? Is that what you're doing?
Yes. We're going to do a couple's costume here this year. So we're super excited about it.
And I'm glad that Ruby brought that up because our Halloween show is coming up. We've only got a short amount of time to go ahead and register. We need to have your registration in the week before the show. We need to know your character that you're going to be and your email address. That's where we send our hot link to get you into the studio where the ladies are tonight, and Spangler and myself. And it already got, I don't know, 7, 8, maybe 8, 9, 10 people, close to 10 people.
Good.
So it's going to be another great show. We had such fun with that last year. It was fantastic. And really, really, really looking forward to it again this year. AJ's already signed up. He's excited to participate. And we got
Jessica throwing in a really good prize this year, too.
Yeah, and we're going to have an independent judge this year. Are you ready to go ahead and announce who that judge is? Have you spoke to that person yet, Spangler?
I have spoke to that person, and it looks like it will be Rachel King.
Rachel King, Mrs. Claus Rachel King. She's up in the Missouri area. She's also part of Spangle's team at the Branson event each year with the rest
She's
of
a big part of the team.
Yes, she is. And
so are you, Bob.
We're excited about that. Well, thank you. We enjoy doing it. All right, so I don't think we have anything else other than we need to go ahead and get that second Cherry Hill trivia question in right here.
Did we have a winner for the first one?
We
have a person that missed it by one.
Okay, we
I
got.
see that.
We're
Mhm.
close. We're close. So, do you want to say that one's too hot and one's too cold, like we did last time? Is that a good way to settle this?
That's good.
Okay, so who was it that had the? I'm going back up through here. Let me see if I can find it. If not, Angela, maybe you can.
Oh, what do you want to know?
It just all I have is Facebook user on it.
That's Santa Scott.
The 701.
Yes.
701 is Santa Scott. I can tell you that's too much. And
Next would have been
like a 655, was it?
900.
I think someone had 655. Did I see that?
Put between 600 and 700. That's kind of close.
Yeah, so we're getting really close. We're
Yeah.
right there.
And then the next closest was 655, I think.
Okay, so look down there now. I think
And
you've got
that
several.
Was, Scott Kovic.
Okay, now look at your correct answer down there that just came in.
Okay. Well, you got it.
Okay, so we'll announce that here in just a moment. We do have a winner. Actually, got several people that put the answer up, but there can only be one winner, and that's the one that had it. So, Becky, go ahead and let's do the second one at this point.
Okay. Our second question is: how many employees does Cherry Hill Programs hire during a season? Total employees.
That's for the C22, which is
The field employees.
22 this year.
That's correct.
Yeah, so it's another numbers game. See if you can figure this one out. Again, we'll have to kind of play too much and not enough, and come up with the correct answer there. Now, remember, guys, these two Cherry Hill program trivia questions are worth $50 gift card each, redeemable at StuffForSanta.com, the store. Cherry Hill graciously does this each time they come on the show, and we had one of our regular winners is not with us tonight, Scott Parker. He's in the Haunt Halloween field helping out there, and so he couldn't make it tonight. And if he did make it, he couldn't play anyway because he's already won twice. I mean, he could, but I think he chose. He told me earlier today that he wouldn't play because he didn't want to feel like he got inside to anything there. All right, so let's see what we got here. Looks like Rex Ray, if I'm reading that right, 3,500. That is not enough, guys. And it looks like Melissa Lynn has 9,000. That's too much. So somewhere between 3,500 and some change and 9,000. Santa Tom, you're still cold. Going back to our school days. No, you're hot. You're hot. Still looking for the correct answer, Ray. Rex Ray, you're getting on up there. Still more than that, guys. Santa Tom, 7,500 is too much. I think we just got a winner.
There's a winner.
Yep, I believe so. All right, fantastic. So did we get a winner on the Stuff for Santa trivia question?
Absolutely.
Who was that clown?
Let me write this one down.
Okay, she's doing some paperwork over here real quick, getting everything in order.
And that was okay.
You want me to say who the winner was?
Okay, the winner for Spangle was Santa Scott Saratine.
Did you get it? Spangle?
Santa Mel, yeah, Scott.
Scott Saratine got it. That was Santa Mel. That was the clown. Melissa Lynn Rickard, if you go by her real name or her performing name is Santa Mel, our female Santa. And fantastic. That was a great trivia question there, Spangle, that you came up with. All right, so let's go back to the first question, the Derek Dukin question. Let's see here. What month, day, and year did The First Christmas Rankin Bass Claymation movie premiere on NBC? The answer to that was December 19th, 1975. And the reason I said that was a trick question was because if you interpreted that as the first Christmas Rankin Bass Claymation, that would have been in 1969. Not The First Christmas was actually the title to that particular NBC premiere. So fantastic job there. And we had the winner there was
Jared Duet.
Jared Duet got it. Fantastic. Great job. All right. So that was that one. And did we reveal the first Cherry Hill? Did we give the answer there yet? We did, didn't we?
No, we didn't give the first Cherry Hill.
Okay. That's the one that we just had come in. And the winner was
Ray Bradshaw.
Ray Bradshaw up here in Denton, Texas. Fantastic, Ray. Great job, brother. And the answer to that was 700. The answer to the second Cherry Hill was 6,000. And, of course, we got the answer to the other two. All right. Gosh, guys.
That was a lot of answers.
Yeah. I mean, to tell you, that's been fun. So, ladies, is there any last thoughts or words that you want to put in before we close out tonight?
Yeah, it looks like we lost Ruby. I think she's still hanging in the back again.
Okay.
We appreciate you having us on. Each time that you do, and there she is. We appreciate you having us on, and we're really glad that you're part of our Cherry Hill family. Anyone that's interested, as Ruby said, go to www.cherryhillprograms.com. We would love to talk to you, see what we have for you. And the two winners that won on the Cherry Hill side, Bob, I can give you the info. Do you want to give them the info to where they can use their gift card through Spangle?
Yeah, if you want to send that to me, you can, or you can give it now, or however you guys want to handle it. It doesn't matter.
You have to give it to them privately.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
So I'll send it to Bob, and you can get your code to Spangle's Stuff for Santa, golly, online, and use that gift card there.
Now try to stay stuffforsanta.com and School of Santas with an S.com real fast 3 times.
I'm going to hit mute.
Well,
Okay.
I just want to say,
Now, Tom wants to know, are you guys updating any of your equipment as far as the photo equipment on set?
you know, we're going to leave that to your district manager. Want to make sure that we give you the right answer, Santa. I'd hate to mess anything up. So here in the next couple of weeks, you're going to be getting a welcome letter for us that's going to detail who that person is. Have that, answer or ask that question when you get that information, Santa, because they're going to have the most up-to-date answer for you.
Fantastic.
And Bob, I just want to say thank you so much, and that Cherry Hill loves Santa. Thanks for having us on always.
Well, thank you guys for coming on. And before we get away real quick, let's go ahead. I think it's okay to mention this, but this last year, 2022, this last July, you guys was the major sponsor for the School of Santas in Branson. And I understand you guys will probably be coming back next year, right?
Absolutely. Very successful event. Everyone loved being there, Spangles. So it was a great time and very informative. So of course, definitely want to come back, and our roster's filling up already early this year. So we're already mapping out where we're going to be next year. So we'll make sure to keep it on our Cherry Hill Programs website. Hopefully if we make a stop in your area, you can come out and see us. There are conventions all across the U.S. That we're planning on attending. So join Cherry Hill Programs on Facebook.
Yes. And while we're on the subject, remember that Spangle is having two weeks straight classes back to back this year because there was so much demand for last year. The conference center is only so big. So he's kind of thrown in another week there. So they'll be having two. Already have some folks signed up for both, even though it will be the same instructors basically, and the same school over from the first week to the second week. But if you're interested in doing that, reach out to Spangle, and he can get you in touch with
Tanya.
Tanya. I was trying to think Tanya's name. Tanya at Branson Tickets
Ticket and Travel.
and Travel. There you go. Fantastic. All right. So no Santa's point of view this week. We left that out. We had 4 guests, had a lot to cover this week. We didn't want to, run into too much. So we dropped the Santa's point of view this week. So no point of view this week. Next week, it'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Well, I was going to say gentlemen because we thought Lonnie was coming on. But ladies, thank you all, not only you guys, but everyone at Cherry Hill for everything the company employees do and day in and day out for the Christmas community and beyond. Merry Christmas to each of you. Fantastic having Andrea, Andy, and Crystal, and Becky and Ruby on tonight. And, we got to do it again next year.
Heck yes.
And Crystal and Andrea, you might think about getting in on the Halloween show coming up here. Be a lot of fun. Crickets again. Crickets again. Okay, fantastic. All right, Spangle.
Hey, guys, I want to thank you, Ruby, Becky, Crystal, Andrea. You guys are great. I always love having you guys around. I love hanging out with you guys when we're at the events. You guys make it a lot of fun. You make the show really great. And wholeheartedly, we thank you for being here tonight.
Oh, we thank you both. Thank you both, Santas.
And, of course, got to mention we couldn't do this without Angela's help over here in the corner. She's the one that really works the hardest when we put these shows on. And fantastic having her, my daughter, as part of the program. A big thank you to Derek Dugan and Sleigh Driver Apparel, also StuffForSanta.com and SchoolOfSantas.com. Our recorded videos can be seen on our Facebook group and our YouTube channel at the Tuesday Night Live Show. Also, remember that the Bob, Randall and Company live preview show has its own YouTube channel now. Go over and give us a visit. Drop us a comment. Say hello. We stink. Whatever you want to put up there is fine. And think about throwing us a subscribe so we can start to build those channels up. All right, guys, remember to join us for our next Tuesday Night Live each week, 7 p.m. Central, same claws time, same claws channel. Catch your blessings, not your sorrows. Have a blessed week. Until next time, on behalf of Becky, Ruby, Andrea, and Crystal, and everyone at Cherry Hill, including Spangle, Angela, and myself, I'm Santa Bob McMaster saying thanks for coming, and we will see you next time.
God bless.
God bless.